Welcome in. This is factual data, not speculation. An examination of copper coin shortages, snake venom, and the unnatural COVID-19 connection. Sources relies on peer-reviewed studies, British Journal of Medicine, Journal of Clinical Investigation, and historical data critically examined for accuracy. Number 1, introduction, unveiling a suspicious web of coincidences. In the chaotic haze of the COVID-19 pandemic, a peculiar web of events raises eyebrows. Copper, a metal known for centuries to kill bacteria and viruses on contact, suddenly became scarce in coins, just as the world faced a contagious virus. Meanwhile, whispers of snake venom's eerie parallels to COVID-19's effects, from breathlessness to nerve damage, hint at something unnatural. The virus slots into acetylcholine receptors just like nicotine, which oddly protects smokers, a fact buried in obscure studies. Yet, the global medical establishment stays silent, and information on venom virus links remains maddeningly elusive. This paper dives into copper's antimicrobial power, the suspicious coin shortages, the venom-like traits of COVID-19, and the chilling possibility of a worldwide cover-up. With a cynical lens, we question why these dots connect so neatly, yet no one talks. Number 2, copper's lethal touch, a natural germ killer. Copper's ability to slay microbes is no secret. Studies like those from Grass and others, 2011, show copper ions puncture bacterial and viral cell walls, shredding DNA and halting reproduction. This contact killing happens fast. COVID-19 survives mere hours on copper surfaces, 4 hours versus 3 days on plastic or stainless steel. Hospitals use copper alloy doorknobs and railings to curb infections, as ancient Egyptians and Romans did with copper tools. The metal's ions trigger reactive oxygen species, a death sentence for pathogens. Given this, copper should have been a frontline defense in a pandemic pushed for public surfaces, coins, masks. Instead, it vanished from circulation. Why? The timing reeks of sabotage, as if someone wanted germs to spread unchecked. A natural ally, sidelined at the worst moment, raises red flags. Number 3 is coin shortages, a convenient disappearance. In 2020, as COVID-19 gripped the globe, the United States and other nations reported coin shortages. The Federal Reserve cited disrupted circulation, businesses shuttered, people hoarding change, yet coins are mostly copper, pennies 97% copper or copper-plated, nickels 25%. With copper's proven antiviral might, coins in pockets could have been tiny shields reducing transmission on shared surfaces. The shortage hit just as hand-to-hand contact became a fear. No coins, more plastic cards, less copper in daily use. The timing is too perfect. Was this a logistical fluke or a calculated move to strip away a natural defense? Governments pushed digital payments while copper's microbial killing power sat idle in vaults. Cynically, it feels like someone wanted us vulnerable, and the Coin Vanish Act was no accident. Number 4 is snake venom and COVID-19, an unnatural twinship. COVID-19 symptoms, breathlessness, loss of taste, nerve damage mirror snake venom's effects with unsettling precision. Research like Farsalinos and others, 2020, in the British Journal of Medicine, notes SARS-CoV-2 spike protein shares amino acid sequences with snake venom neurotoxins binding to nicotinic acetylcholine receptors, the same receptors venom targets. This blocks nerve signals, paralyzing breathing, killing senses, causing neurological havoc, just like cobra or crate venom. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Investigation found high levels of splatuia, an enzyme akin to rattlesnake venom, in severe COVID-19 cases, shredding organ cell membranes, driving mortality. Copper, notably, neutralizes venom by binding its proteins, as seen in antivenom studies, and kills COVID-19 on contact. Yet this venom virus overlap and copper's dual role went unpublicized. Why hide a connection so blatant it screams unnatural origins? Number 5 is acetylcholine receptors, nicotine's protective shadow. The British Journal of Medicine, 2020, highlights a bizarre twist. Smokers were underrepresented in COVID-19 hospitalizations. Farsalinos and others propose nicotine, a nicotinic acetylcholine receptor agonist, competes with SARS-CoV-2 spike protein for receptor binding. Nicotine's higher affinity, up to 30-fold, blocks the virus from docking, reducing infection severity.
Neurons use special signaling molecules called neurotransmitters. The electric signal from a presynaptic neuron triggers the release of a package of neurotransmitters into the synapse. These molecules traverse the space and are eventually caught and bound by specialized receptor proteins on the membrane of the postsynaptic cell. Like a key opening a door, once the receptor binds its neurotransmitter, a pore opens in the receptor protein complex that allows charged ions from outside the cell to flow in. The difference in charge generated by this ionic movement can trigger an electrochemical signal to propagate throughout the cell, which again ends in neurotransmitter release at the terminal.
This mirrors snake venom, where neurotoxins like alpha-bungertoxin bind these receptors, causing paralysis. Cobratoxin, a cobra venom component, also targets these receptors, and studies suggest it could inhibit COVID-19 cytokine storm. Copper's role: it disrupts venom and viral proteins, potentially aiding receptor clearance. Yet, doctors didn't shout this from rooftops. No nicotine patches were tested, no copper therapies pushed. A virus fitting venom's receptor profile, blocked by a common drug, smells like a lab creation, not nature's whim. The silence is deafening. Number 6 is COVID-19's venom-like traits. Too strange for nature. COVID-19's venom-like behavior is too precise to be coincidence. Venom from elapids, cobras, kraits, halts breathing by paralyzing diaphragms via acetylcholine receptor blockade. COVID-19 causes respiratory failure through similar pathways. Venom obliterates taste and smell by nerve damage. COVID-19 does too, with 40% of patients reporting anosmia, nerve pain, tingling, brain fog. Mirror venom's neurotoxic aftermath. No natural virus evolving in bats or pangolins should mimic snake venom's molecular tricks, binding human receptors with such specificity. Snakes and humans share no closed zoonotic bridge for such a leap, unlike flu or rabies. The SPLA2 enzyme spike in COVID-19, mimicking rattlesnake venom, suggests an engineered pathogen, not a random mutation. This virus acts like a bioengineered venom delivery system, and the global refusal to discuss it reeks of a cover-up. Number 7 is the global silence. A conspiracy of omission. Why did no major health body, who CDC, mention the venom COVID-19 link? Studies buried in journals like Toxicology Reports 2020 or Acta Pharmacologica Sinica 2020 show venom-derived compounds, cobratoxin, could treat COVID-19, yet never hit mainstream. Doctors worldwide ignored nicotine's protective data. Despite the British Journal's findings, copper's antiviral potential, known since ancient times, was absent from pandemic protocols. Information on venom virus parallels is scarce, tucked in paywalled papers or obscure sites, while social media buries such talk as conspiracy. Reuters 2022 debunked venom claims, citing no evidence, yet ignored peer-reviewed studies. This feels orchestrated, a global effort to keep the public clueless. Why suppress a truth that could have saved lives? The coin shortages, the silenced science point to a deliberate blackout. Number 8 is copper's role against venom and virus, a buried weapon. Copper's power extends beyond bacteria. Studies on snake venom show copper ions bind to venom proteins like phospholipases A2, neutralizing toxicity, a principle used in some antivenoms. For COVID-19, copper's contact killing disrupts the virus's lipid envelope, as Warnes and others 2015 demonstrated. If coins, copper-rich, were circulating, they could have cut transmission. If copper surfaces were mandated, hospitals might have seen fewer deaths. Even venom-derived therapies like cobratoxin could have been paired with copper-based treatments, given their shared receptor targets. But no, coins vanished, copper was ignored, and venom research stayed in labs. This wasn't oversight, it was strategic. A metal that fights both venom and virus, sidelined during a crisis, suggests someone didn't want solutions, only control. Number 9 is the unnatural virus, a lab-made monster. The idea of COVID-19 as a natural virus crumbles under scrutiny. No zoonotic pathway explains a virus mimicking snake venom's receptor affinity and enzymatic chaos. Bats don't carry venom like proteins. Pangolins don't target human acetylcholine receptors. The spike protein's neurotoxin homology, noted in Farsalinos 2020, demands a lab origin, genetic splicing of venom traits into a coronavirus backbone. The SPLA2 enzyme's role, per Chilton 2021, mirrors rattlesnake venom's lethality, not a natural evolution. Gain of function research funded globally could craft such a chimera, yet government stonewall inquiries, the coin shortage, the buried nicotine data, the venom silence all protect a narrative. COVID-19 was a planned release, a venom-laced weapon, and the world's leaders let it spread while hiding the truth. Number 10, conclusion, a cynical call to question. The COVID-19 pandemic wasn't just a health crisis. It was a stage for manipulation. Copper, a microbial assassin, disappeared from coins as the virus raged. Snake venom's chilling mimicry in COVID-19 symptoms receptors. An enzyme screams unnatural design, yet doctors stayed mute. Nicotine's protective role, copper's venom, neutralizing power, were buried in journals, not headlines. The coin shortages, the silent studies, the global refusal to connect venom to virus, paint a grim picture, a cover-up spanning nations. This virus, too venom like to be nature's work, suggests a lab-crafted horror, unleashed with intent. We're left with questions: why hide copper's power? Why ignore venom's clues? Why protect a lie? Cynically, the answer is control.
Control and lies. Thanks for watching here at Quantum Stellar. Please leave a comment and let us know what you think. Don't be shy.